Whoever knows the prayers, please chant. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Padkamlam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Sasam Sajivam Sadhvetam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapu Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kaltarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Eva Cha Patatanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Shri Gurum Deenatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Ishwaram Guruve Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaya Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namah Hare Krishna. So, so this is a very beautiful deity of Lord Ram, as you can see, his child form. So there was a ceremony done. Most of the devotees are familiar. It's called Pran Pratishtha ceremony, where Lord is invited into the deity. So you know the deities that you see. This is none other than Lord. This is a form. This is an expansion from the Lord Himself. And so there is a beautiful verse that says, Pratima nahi tumi sakshat Rajendra Nandan. That this is not an idol. This is not like a statue made. You don't judge it by, oh, this is made of marble or wood or black color or white color. This is sakshat Rajendra Nandan. This is Lord Himself in front of us. So that's how we, there are stories and stories of how these deities reciprocate with the devotees that serve them. I'm sure Prabhu and his family have some exchanges like that. But this is a very big event, when Lord comes back to his birthplace, Ram Janmabhoomi Ayodhya, in this beautiful form. So I had some prayers here. These are from Ram Raksha Stotra. We can, if time permits, I'll take them at the end. These are beautiful prayers that are recited in a very wonderful meter, and they're sung. So we won't do that. I'll just take this short prayer. This verse is dedicated to Lord Ram. It says, Apadam aphartaram dataram sarva sampadam lokabhiramam shriramam bhuyo bhuyo namamyaham. Apada means distresses or difficulties. Aphartaram. Apharan means kidnap. So in Sanskrit, apharan means to kidnap somebody. So somebody that kidnaps your distresses or difficulties, sorrows, somebody who will kidnap, take them away. Apada aphartaram. Dataram. Dataram means to give. Somebody who's a data or giver of sarva sampadam, all prosperities, all good fortunes, all happiness. Lokabhiramam Sri Ramam. He is the Lord of all lokas, all universes. Who is that? Sri Ram. Bhuyo bhuyo, again and again. Nam namamyaham. I bow down to, I pay obeisance to that Lord Ram, who takes away all the distresses, gives all the prosperity, and is the Lord of all the universes. You can see in this picture all the demigods. They go to Lord Vishnu and pray to him whenever they're in difficulty. This is a trait, this is a character of devotees that when they are in difficulty, they go to the Lord and pray for shelter. They say, please come and save us. So they actually request Lord Vishnu to please expand yourself in one of your beautiful forms, one of your incarnations, and come save us from all these demonic influences in this world. So you can see all these demigods, Devi Devtas praying to the Lord to appear. And then Lord Ram comes at their request. And when he comes, he performs very, very beautiful pastimes. He creates these very magical, wonderful stories that have tragedy in them and humor in them and horror in them and fear in them. You know, if all kind of emotions are invoked in those stories. So so Lord comes and makes this beautiful movie, you can say, in which he's the actor, he's the director, everything he is. So, sorry. So this hearing of Lord Ram's pastimes, this is very wonderful. Okay, it's not like we are hearing to some, we hear some mundane stories of this world. Like you've read, Harry Potter, or let's say Lord of the Rings or Odyssey, and all these stories that are there. It's not like this. When you hear Lord's pastimes, it actually destroys so many sinful reactions of not only this life but of many past lives, and it cleanses your heart, because you can see Lord Ram's beautiful character, his wonderful exchanges with his devotees. You will see his beautiful relationships with different devotees, and that cleanses your heart actually. So it is said, I have the verse here which says, Ramante yogino nante satyanande chidatmani iti rama padena sau param brahma vidiyate. Ramante yogino nante. People like me, for example, we are I'm very materialistically inclined. I want these things, I want to watch a movie, eat an ice cream, something like that. And I take delight in all these material pleasures of this world. But then there are these yogis that have left all these material desires and all these shallow, superficial pleasures of this world. Those yogis, Ramante Yogino Nante, those yogis take pleasure in Lord's names and pastimes. So if I take pleasure in this, it doesn't mean much. It doesn't, because I get influenced by anything. I see a good show on Netflix and I like it, right? I see a good movie, a beautiful person, and I like it. I like some jewelry, some piece of trinket, and I like it. So what does it mean if I like something? It doesn't matter much. But those people that have actually given up the world, they have given up all these small pleasures, they take delight in his pastimes and stories, then it means something. So the verse is saying that yogis do the Raman, or they delight in his names and pastimes. That is Lord Ram. So it's not like something of this world. It's the yogis who are taking delight in his names and pastimes. So, oh, sorry. Okay, so there are many versions of Ramayana. Does anyone know who wrote Ramayana? Yes, probably you know everything. Yes, yes, Madhu. Valmiki. Are there any other versions? Would you like to say? What's your name? Hari. Oh, Hari. Hari Bol. That's amazing. Hari Bol for Hari. Is there any other version that is written by somebody else? Any other authors of? There are others. Yes, right. Okay. Do you know? Tulsidas, Goswami Tulsidas. He wrote, what is his Ramayana called? It's not called Ramayana. What is it called? Ramcharitmanas, right? Ramcharitmanas. So, you know how we have Chaitanya Charitamrit. So, Charit means character. That a legendary book that describes the character of Lord Ram, and on which our manas, our mind should be focused on the character of Lord Ram. Ramcharitmanas. There are many, renditions by different authors over the time. Valmiki's Ramayana is the original, it's the authentic, it's the preeminent version, which is written in Sanskrit. Ramcharitmanas was written in a local language of Lord Ram's birthplace, Ayodhya. It's written in Avdi. So it was written about 500 years back by Goswami Tulsidas because he wanted people to connect to it. When it's written in Sanskrit, it's hard for people to understand or relate to it. So he wrote it in a very simple local language of Avdi so that everybody would relate to it. But this is Valmiki, and this verse is dedicated to Valmiki, which says, I salute sage Valmiki, the cuckoo bird, who sings in sweet voice the sweet names of Ram, Ram, from the tree of poetry. So, Kujantam Ram Rameti, the one who like a cuckoo bird, sings the names of Lord Ram. So in this tradition, names of Lord are very, very important, because one of the expansions of Lord is actually his names. So he appears to us. He gives himself to us in the form of his names. And Valmiki, does anyone know the history of Valmiki? What was he before he met his spiritual master? Daku, okay. Yeah, he was a hunter, right? He was a hunter. So he would hunt animals, he would kill them. And who was his spiritual master that came across him in the jungle while he was hunting? Narad Muni, right? If you don't know who is the spiritual master, Narad Muni can be the default. Can be the default answer from our scriptures. For he's a spiritual master of many great personalities, right? So yes, Narad Muni. And so Narad Muni gave this instruction to Valmiki. If you want to cleanse your heart, you want to stop killing these animals. He said, I cannot stop killing them. This is my family business. Our Guru Maharaj wrote a book called Our Family Business. But but Valmiki's name was Ratnakar at that time. He was a hunter. He said, I cannot stop killing animals. This is my family business. This is how I earn my livelihood. So what should I do? So Narad Muni said, chant the names of Lord Hari, chant the names of Lord Ram. Chant Ram, 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 Ram. Valmiki said, I cannot do it. I'm not pure enough. I cannot chant Ram, Ram. Give me something else. So what did Narad Muni say? Chant Mara, Mara, Mara. Because Mara, Mara, when chanted fast, becomes Ram, Ram. So he said, Mara, 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 Mara. So in a way, in a perverted way, he's still chanting Ram, Ram, Ram only. Right? So even though he's chanting impurely, just like we do sometimes. Yes, Prabhuji.
Why did he agree to chant Mara instead of Rama?
Because he was killing those animals. So Mara means dead, he died. Mara, ye Mara, wo Mara. So, so he's used to calling out the animals Mara, ye mar gaya. Mara means to kill, So in this way, imagine by impurely chanting, in a reverse way chanting Lord Ram's name, he became so purified that he became pure enough to write Lord Ram's tale, the epic tale of Ramayana. And imagine if we chant with pure heart, with intention, actually to please our Guru, our deities, our Krishna, how much benefit we will get. We are actually, trying to chant, making an effort to please them. So this is Lord Valmiki's, there are so many examples in the scriptures where they have, received benediction from a spiritual master, received an instruction, and carried out that instruction, and became, achieved perfection of life. Can we name somebody else that followed their spiritual master's instruction? Yes. Huh? Prabhuji is giving a hint. Vyasadev, okay. Vyasadev wrote Srimad Bhagavatam on the instruction of Narad Muni. So many examples are there. Can you give an example from somebody who's our inspiration, our beloved? Yes, Prabhupada. Prabhupada got the instruction to teach the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita in Western world, right? He got the instruction to print books when you have money from spiritual master. So if you just decide to carry out the instruction of your spiritual master, all perfection is guaranteed. All you have to do is to agree that, I will make this effort, and all perfection is given. So in this way, many people have written Ramayana, but let's get started. This is Ek Shloki Ramayana. In one verse, the whole Ramayana is given, okay? I really like to chant this, so let's chant because it's beautiful. In one verse, the whole Ramayana. Now, Ramayana is a big legendary book, 24,000 verses, but this one verse describes it. It goes like this. आदौ रामतपोवनादिगमनम् हत्वा मृगं काञ्चनम् वेदहरणं जटायुमरणम् सुग्रीवसम्भाषणम् बालीनिग्रहणं समुद्रतरणम् लङ्कापुरी दाहनम् पश्चाद्रावणकुम्करणहननम् एताविधि रामायणम्. So Ram Katha is Anant, but we just concised it in one verse. Okay. Okay, meaning, yeah, we can do this. So Adav Ram Tapovanadigamnam. In the beginning, Ram went to the forest. So he was exiled to the forest by his mother. After a long time, he was exiled for 14 years. Then after almost 13 years had passed, in the 14th year, they were living in this beautiful cottage, and there came a golden deer. Okay, Mrigam Kanchanam means a golden deer, and this was a demon who was posing as a golden deer, and Lord killed him. When he killed him, at that time, Vedahi or Mother Sita was kidnapped by Ravan. Okay, and Jatayu, the vulture, we'll talk about all these things today a little bit. Jatayu tried to save Mother Sita, and Jatayu Marnam, but he could not do that service, or he could not complete it, and he got killed. Then, in order to find Mother Sita, Lord Ram went on this mission, and he made friends with Sugriv. Sugriv Sambhashana means this meeting, this friendship with Sugriv happened. Bali Nigrahanam, then he also delivered Bali, brother of Sugriv in that process. Samudra Taranam, and Samudra Taranam is the famous pastime of Lord Hanuman crossing the 100 miles of ocean to go to Lanka and save and find Mother Sita. Lanka Puri Dahanam, then he set Lanka on fire. Paschad Ravan Kumbkaran Hannam. At the end, very end, Ravan and Kumbkaran, the evil demonic brothers, were killed. And this is the whole Ramayana. It's very concise. It just gives the key points, you know. But kids really like this to sing this. So let's take some lessons. It's very important that we understand Lord's relationship with his devotees, because his exchanges with devotees, with his brothers, with his mothers, with his father, with his teachers, with the various sages that he meets, his relationships are divine. His conduct, he's called Maryada Purushottam Ram, meaning he's the ideal gentleman. He's the perfect gentleman. If you had to imitate conduct of somebody, then that's Lord Ram, because he has the best etiquettes, how to make dealings with various devotees, what to say, when to say, he's very grounded. So we'll take some of those relationships and try to take examples from them. And regardless, hearing about his relationships, his exchanges is very purifying for us, okay? So first relationship, let's take first lesson, let's take Kekai and Mantra. Okay, are somebody familiar with these two ladies, Kekai and Mantra? You can see on the screen. So this is Mantra, this is Kekai. Okay, so I'll just give you a quick background. Okay, so Maharaj Dashrath, King Dashrath, is the father of Lord Ram. Okay? He had three principal queens: Kaushalya, Kekai, and Sumitra. Okay, and total he had 4 sons from these 3 queens. They're living in Ayodhya. Dashrath is the king of Ayodhya. Ayodhya is a very wonderful place. You can imagine it's like a heavenly place where people are very friendly, very tolerant, very forgiving, very patient, beautiful relationships. Nobody's poor, nobody's unhealthy, nobody steals from anyone. You don't have to lock your door at night because everything is safe. People do things for each other without having to ask. Wonderful place, right? Ayodhya. 4 brothers love each other. They love each other. Ram is the son of Kaushalya. Okay? Eldest. He's the eldest son of the queen Kaushalya. But do you know, out of the 3 queens, people that know the story, which mother, he has 3 mothers, right? Sort of. Which mother loved him the most? Yes, Praveen. Kekai. Kekai is sort of a stepmother. So you would think, oh, like an evil stepmother. No, she was not an evil stepmother. She loved him. She loved him more than she loved her own son Bharat. Okay. This Kekai, she's a wonderful princess when she had come, and she had brought this maid servant called Mantra with her. This was a tradition in those times when princesses would marry. They will bring their maid servant from their father's house. And Mantra had sort of brought her up. She was like a motherly figure in Kekai's life. So she was very attached to Kekai, very protective of her. Okay? Now Kekai is completely devoted to Lord Ram. And Lord Ram is going to become king the next day. He's going to be coronated the next day. Mantra tells Kekai this news. Hey Kekai, Ram is going to become king tomorrow. Are you not worried? Kekai said, what do you mean worried? I'm happy. This is amazing. This is the most wonderful news. My Ram, he's going to become king. This is amazing. She used to love them so much that when Ram and Sita got married and came to Ayodhya, Kekai gave her best sarees, best jewels, ornaments to Sita because she was so attached to them. She gave everything to them. She said, "Oh, I want to eat. This is not enough. I want to give more to Sita." She even gave her own palace to Sita and walked out. And she did not know where to go. She just gave her palace and walked out because I want to do something for my Ram and his bride, his newlywed bride. She gave the palace and walked out. That's how much she loved. Okay. Now, the day before coronation, this lady comes, Mantra, who is, very attached to Lord Ram, sorry, to Kekai. But what is the problem here? Her problem is that, I'm sorry, just going to turn on the video. Okay. So her problem is that she has a very low consciousness. Okay. People in Ayodhya typically have very high consciousness. They're very pure people. They're very pure people. They are very, top-notch consciousness. But she was a very low-class lady. Her tendency was me and mine. Kekai is mine. Her son Bharat is mine. Everybody else is secondary. I do not care about their interests. So she started saying all these evil things, she started contaminating Kekai's mind that, if Ram becomes king, then you will be thrown out of the kingdom. You will be treated as a second-class citizen in Ayodhya. Maharaj Dashrath will just care about Kaushalya. They will not care about you. Bharat will become servant of Ram. Is that what you want? You will have no money, no fame, no throne, nothing. You'll be treated like a maid servant in this house. I do not want that future for you. So in this way, she contaminated her mind. Okay. And Kekai, who was so loving to Lord Ram, she got influence. Okay. So that's why I labeled this slide as power of association. So, sometimes we think we are very solidly situated in our practices, in our devotion, or in our allegiance to Lord, to Prabhupada. But then somebody completely materialistic or low consciousness comes and may contaminate our mind actually. Mind is very fickle, and the material attractions of name, fame, power, wealth, all these things are very strong. They can influence very easily. So we have to really guard against these things. We have to really protect ourselves. Because what did Mantra do? Mantra created these false fears in the mind of Kekai that you will become a maid servant, you will lose your status, Dashrath will not love you anymore. So she created these fears. This is what Maya does. This is what material energy does. It creates these fears that we will lose something, somebody will harm us, we should hold on to our property, our money very strongly, So this is what she did. And in that contaminated mind, Kekai told Dashrath Maharaj, you can see Dashrath Maharaj, that I want two boons from you. I want that Bharat should become the king, and I want that Ram should be exiled for 14 years to the forest. So what is she doing here? Think about and relate it to our situation. What is she doing? She's stealing something that is not hers. She's taking something that belongs to Lord, that is Lord's property. Do we do that? A lot of times everything belongs to Lord, but do we steal from him sometimes? Do we become envious of Lord and turn away from him, just like she turned away from him? Do we turn him out of our life sometimes, lose faith in him, become fearful rather instead of becoming faithful? This is what she did. She became so fearful of her material attachments being lost that she turned Lord away from her life, that she gave into this fear, this attraction of material name, fame, power, that she stole something for her own son, which did not belong to him, which did not belong to her. So she's stealing from God in a way. And what else did she do? So I have some lessons here. She basically displeased many people. Okay. So whenever we do something, think about these things. We have some points listed here. Think about her action. Her action displeased Dashrath Maharaj. Yes, somebody who loved her. Her action displeased Lord Ram, Sita, Lakshman, who loved her, Sumitra and Kaushalya, who were like her sisters. Did it displease all the citizens of Ayodhya? Yes. So think about when you're doing something, how many people is it displeasing? Who are we displeasing? We are displeasing the devotees of the Lord. We are displeasing the Lord himself, right? We are turning him away from our life. And and we are behaving in an envious way, and and this drives the Lord away. So think about, always when you do something, think about, will this action please the Lord? Will this action please the devotee? This step that I'm going to take in my life, is this going to please people around me, loving people who have nourished me, who have cherished me, who have taken care of me, who, because of whom I am where I am? Is it going to please them? Is it going to please my Guru Maharaj or no? If it is not, then don't do that, because if it is displeasing those people, Lord will leave that place, right? So, and remember this nature of material world, that it creates this illusion, this false fear, this false attachment, false attraction, and guard against that, guard against it very strongly. So always, we don't choose our family. We are not Bhagwan. Bhagwan chooses, Lord chooses his family where he appears. We do not choose our family. So we are given a family. But our association, we have the choice. We can decide to be with high consciousness people, not people like Mantra who are envious and low class and materially inclined all the time. But no, spiritually conscious people who will give you right guidance, not wrong guidance. So stay connected to those people. So since Kekai took guidance and instruction from somebody very poor consciousness, she got contaminated. So be wise and choose your association wisely. Yes, Nave, you had a question?
I was going to say that it didn't praise her own son, which was like.
Yes, she did not understand the mood of her own son, that my son actually does not care for the kingdom. He just wants to be the servant of the Lord. If anything, it will not please him in the first place. So the one person that she's doing this for, it's not even going to please him. So understand the mood of the people around you, right? That's being on the same wavelength with them. This is compassion. This is the proper emotions, reciprocation with the people, understanding their mood. Yes, any other, before we move on to next, I'm just taking small snippets from Ramayana, but walking you through from the beginning to the end. We'll go from beginning to the end. I have decided to take 5 lessons if time permits. This was the first one, the relationship between Kekai and Mantra. Okay, we'll go to the next one. So Lord Ram and Bharat, okay? So Bharat, the son who has now been made the king, sort of, right? Now what happens? Now Bharat comes back and he sees what his mother has done. Okay, this was like a death blow to him. Okay, the Ayodhya that was so opulent, that was so joyful all the time, so like a festival going on in Ayodhya every day. Suddenly, the whole mood is very morose. There, it's like a funeral place, because Ram, Lakshman, and Sita have left. Okay, and when Ram, Lakshman, Sita left, Dashrath Maharaj, King Dashrath, in this sorrow also left. He left his body. He actually passed away. So this is what Bharat is coming to. Bharat is the first blow he receives is that my beloved Ram, Sita, and Lakshman have left the kingdom. Second blow he received, that this was the doing of my mother. My own mother, my beloved mother, has created this plot, this scheme. She has contrived this type of. She has played this game in which led my Lord Ram, Sita, and Lakshman to leave. So my own mother is responsible for this. Third blow. My father has died. My beloved, loving father has died as a result of this trauma and shock. And when my father died, he was unhappy with me. His last few words for Bharat were that do not let Bharat even see my dead body. Forget about doing my last rites. Do not even let me see my dead body. So my father left on these terms with me, that he's so displeased with me when he left. And he has left. I could not even pay my respects to him. Fourth, a blow that he received. Not only all this has happened, all the people here think that I am party to this plot. I was in this scheme. I was the designer of this scheme. That I was in this plot with my mother. And at my instruction, she has done all this. So everybody has turned away from me. Kaushalya is not speaking to him. Sumitra is not speaking to him. They are devastated. Their spiritual master, Vashisht, is not speaking to him. the Prime Minister Sumantra is not speaking to him. Everybody is displeased because they're thinking Bharat has led to this travesty in Ayodhya. So this is what Bharat is coming to. But then what does Bharat do? What would we do? Think about what would we do. Somebody makes these false accusations against you, these allegations that you are responsible for something horrible, and you had nothing to do with this. Somebody says you did this, this, and you did not even have any inclination. You did not know anything. What would you do? You would protect yourself. You'd become very, very Shri Shri Radha Madhav ki jai. Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maharani ki jai. Govardhan, Giriraj Govardhan. So imagine what would we do? We would become like a lawyer. We'll fight for ourselves. Hey, I did not do this. We'll present all these points to protect ourselves, right? Bharat did not do any of that. Bharat very, very gently, very, very calmly, in a very steady mind, very steady mood, explained himself to first Kaushalya. He went and paid respects to Kaushalya. He sat with her, very gently explained to her that, Mother, I had no role in this. I did not know what came upon my mother. Why did she do all this? Why did she? I do not want the kingdom. I will never rule this kingdom, Ayodhya. I want my brother. I want my Ram, Lakshman, and Sita back in the kingdom. Please help me. In this way, he went and sat at everybody's feet, paid them pranams, and really tenderly asked them for forgiveness for the crimes that he had not committed. Would we do that? Would we have that tolerance, that patience? Think of his character. What a high character it is to have that kind of tolerance. Think of a time when somebody has falsely accused you of doing something. I know that I have been accused of doing things. So everybody has. You become very agitated. Why is this person saying this? I had no role in this. But Bharat, completely detached. What was his intent? What was his motive? Main thing? He was okay if everybody misunderstood him. He was just worried about Lord Ram misunderstanding. That Ram has left for exile thinking that I am responsible for this. That I want to be the king. That I am greedy for this kingdom and I have played this game with my mother. I have to correct that misunderstanding. So think about it. People will never probably understand you. It's okay. Everybody has, very uh, uh, a lot of anarthas, a lot of problems. People come with their baggage. So there can be misunderstandings in the world, but we do not want Lord to misunderstand us. It is not our job, it is not our business to impress people. People may not be satisfied or impressed regardless, no matter what you do. You have to impress and satisfy Lord. So he did not pick any fights with anyone. He just wanted everybody to come with him, go to the forest and bring Ram, Sita, Lakshman back. When they came back, Shatrughan was actually so upset. He wanted to beat up Mantra. He said, I want to beat up Mantra. Makes sense, right? Mantra is the cause of all this. Bharat stopped him. You know why? Why would Ram not let Shatrughan beat up Mantra? Lord Ram will not come back if they did, because this is against Kshatriya's code of conduct to lay hands on a woman like this, right? To beat up. This is completely against the Vaishnava's code of conduct or Kshatriya's code of conduct. If they touched Mantra, if they misbehaved with her, Lord Ram will not come back, right? So, and then, okay, tell me this. He took whole Ayodhya, all the mothers, everybody went to get Lord Ram, Sita, Lakshman back. Even Kekai went. He made sure Kekai goes. Why? Why did Kekai need to come? Wasn't Kekai the person that had turned him out? Why did Kekai need to go to bring them back? Yes, please.
Kekai told Sri Ram, this Kekai herself told Sri Ram, he would not go against the will of his mother.
Yes. So even if there is one person who doesn't want him to be the king, if Kekai did not come, then that means Kekai still is upset with him and does not want him to become king. If she doesn't come, that means she still doesn't want him to be king. So he will not come back. So everybody needed to be there, especially Kekai, who has turned him out. She has to say that, I want you to be the king. So Bharat made sure. Yes, Prabhuji. I do not know about mantra. I don't think it mattered. But but it's the mother that whose instruction Lord Ram was following. Now, one more thing, think about, I'm trying to correlate with our behavior, how we might behave in similar situations. Let's say something like this happens with us, okay, but now you have been made the king, whatever circumstances may be, you would think, okay, now this service has fallen in my lap, maybe I should just be the king. Somebody could become attracted like that, but Bharat was not swayed by any of these attractions. No, I will not be the king. Even when they went there and Lord Ram refused to come, this is a beautiful conversation given in Valmiki Ramayana. All the points that Bharat put to Lord Ram and all the points that Lord Ram made in why he should not come back. So Lord Ram made very solid points and Bharat had gone prepared with very solid points why you should come back. It's a very beautiful conversation. And both made it's hard to it's a very nice debate because both are very convincing. But Lord Ram will not come back. Now Bharat could think that I should, I've tried my best. Ram is not coming. I should rule. He said, I'll still not rule. He said, okay, you gave two boons. You fulfilled two boons of my mother. Now you fulfill two boons for me. Okay. The first boon, give me your slippers, your padukas. They will sit on the throne and rule, not me. I will never, not a day that I will sit on the throne of Ayodhya. Your slippers will sit. I will not even live in Ayodhya. You are living in jungle. I will live outside Ayodhya. And he went and lived in Nandigram, actually, place outside Ayodhya. You are going to sleep on the ground. He dug a hole in the ground and I'll sleep in that hole in the ground because I have to sleep lower than you. This is the character of Bharat. This is the character of people in Ramayana, full of sacrifice, full of love, full of devotion. So he said, first boon, give me your slippers, they'll sit on the throne. Second boon, you have to come back on the last day of 14 years. If you did not come back that last day, I will give up my body. I will not rule even as your deputy, even for a day extra. You have to come back on that last day. So in this way, very, very, very nice, beautiful. So in this way, he served the kingdom as servant of Lord Ram. In this mood of service, where some of you, is called Vipralamba Bhav. This service is very difficult, but because it is in separation from the Lord. So actually, it is described by our acharyas that Lakshman service, Madhusita service, Hanumanji service, which was more direct, where there is reciprocation happening, that is actually easier. But when you do service in separation from the Lord, it's called Vipralamba Bhav, and it's actually the highest mood in very difficult service. And this is the service that was given to Bharat. So finally, whatever Lord Ram decided, that happened. So no matter how convincing Bharat was, this is what happened. Beautiful chopai by Tulsidas says, I'm going to try to remember this. Oh, कोई है वही जो राम रचि राखा, क्यों करे तरक बढ़ाए साखा, राम सिया राम जय जय राम, राम सिया राम जय जय राम. So no point arguing with the Lord. Koi hai wahi jo Ram rakhi racha. Whatever he decides, this is his arrangement. You have to go with it. Okay, you think that Lord Ram should rule? He doesn't want to rule right now. He said. So this is his arrangement, his plan. I had some things on Lord Ram's character. I will not even go into that because Lord Ram's character is as wide as an ocean. There is no beginning and end to that. So I will not even go into that. But just 2 or 3 points to learn from this pastime of Lord Ram having to leave the kingdom. Imagine day before the coronation. He's being told, no, you're not the king anymore. Forget about not being the king. You have to leave for the forest. This is in our understanding, this is like a reversal. This is like a reversal of life. This is like an adversity. How did Lord Ram take it? Very, very calmly. Like the perfect gentleman. With a style. There is a style, right? You don't get agitated. Oh, why is this happening to me? Start taking revenge and screaming and shouting and this is the style. Reversal, good, fine, And he's looking for lessons in this. What would I do? Okay, I'm getting to go to forest. I'll meet with all the sages of Dandakaranya. I'll meet with Agastya Rishi. I'll meet with Bhardwaj Muni. I'll, different rishis, and I'll kill so many demons. So much sadhu sangha I will get. So much sadhu sangha I will get. So he's looking for, even in adversity, he's looking for what lesson is there for me. So if difficult situation comes, okay, Lord has arranged this difficult situation for me. There must be a lesson. There must be a purpose. Let me find the purpose. No point, fighting it too much. So he's very detached. He turned this adversity to his benefit. And of course, Raghuvan Charit Sada Chali Aaye, Pran Jaye Par Vachan Na Jaye, right? So he has to keep his promise because this is his father's promise. And when his father, or not father actually, when Kekai told him that you have to do these two things, do this, his smile did not even waver. Like he's smiling gently. He took that instruction on his head. He took that instruction on his head. You did not have to use your two boons for this, mother. Why did you use your two boons? You could have just told me to leave and make Bharat the king. Why did you waste your two boons for this? This is something I would have done regardless. Very, very calmly, gently, So in this is just a glimpse of the vast character, the purity that Lord Ram has. Facing the reversals with such equipoise as Lord's arrangement. Think about Pandavas, right? How they left. Very okay. They're detached. These great devotees and divine personalities, they're detached from any material attachment. So when those material things go away, they're not very affected by that. They look for the purpose, the service. Okay, koi aur service, any other service will do. We'll do some other service. So remember that everything can go away in a blink of eye. And there is this disease these days to feel entitled. We are not entitled to anything in this world. Everything is Lord's property. He has a purpose for us. He has a service for us in different situations. So we should not feel entitled to anything in this world. Anything can go away in a blink of eye. I deal with this a lot, entitlement issue. I see that in younger generation, but we shouldn't feel entitled. We are not owed anything. We owe everyone everything. We should not think we are owed anything. So he left very, very calmly, gave up all the opulent clothes and matted his hair. And Mother Sita, in a similar mood, left. Okay, we have time, right? Because I think these are beautiful. So now we are going further in the pastimes. Okay, so Mother Sita is being captured by Ravan. Okay, and there is this big vulture who is a great devotee of the Lord. What is his name? Jatayu, the old vulture, right? And there is another person that I'll talk about, Jatayu and Marich. Now, both of these people have not met each other. They do not share any scene together. Okay, they do not have any relationship together. So it's not about their relationship together, but we'll take both of them in a parallel mood and see how their behavior was. Okay. So Jatayu saw Mother Sita being captured by Ravan and taken away in the Pushpak Viman, right? Vulture typically is a very low, like tamasic type of bird. Agree? He does not even hunt. He just eats the dead stuff, roadkill, right? Scavenger. He goes on a scavenger hunt. So he's considered not a very high consciousness bird or anything. Okay. This is Jatayu, and this Jatayu was old, but to his credit, he's devotee of the Lord and he wants to serve the Lord. As soon as he saw Mother Sita being taken away, now what is going on? There is Ravan. Ravan, a great demon who is big, burly, strong, youthful, powerful, with weapons. He's flying on this high-speed Pushpak Viman. There is Jatayu, very old, very slow, has no weapons except his nails, his talons. And he's not, young or like a fighter. Still, he decided to serve Lord Ram and chased after the Pushpak Viman, and he got killed in this service. Okay, points to think about. Did Lord Ram tell him to do this service? No. I just want to clarify something. Okay, we'll just discuss the pastime, then take the lessons. Lord Ram has not asked him to do this service. Is he related to Lord Ram? No. What is his intention? Does he want to serve Lord Ram? He wants to serve Lord Ram. Did he succeed in his service? Was he a failure? He failed. He failed. He could not save Mother Sita. Okay, just take it as it is for now. Now let's take Marich. Okay, Marich, he was a uncle of Ravan. Okay, he used to be a demonic person, but he had become a sadhu. And this is a tale from before when he came across Lord Ram and he decided to become a sadhu. Okay, now Ravan has recruited Marich because Marich had this mystic power to change into anything he wants. So he changed into this golden deer. And what is the service Ravan has given him? To cheat, to take Ram away from Sita and Lakshman, to somehow allure Lord Ram away from Sita and Lakshman. Okay, and in this service, is Marich's death given? He will be killed for sure, and Marich knows that, right? He knows that he will be killed, but he's thinking at least I'll be killed at the hands of Lord Ram. Okay, so this is the situation. So now let's take Marich. Is he related to Ravan? Yes, he's uncle of Ravan. Is the instruction given to him directly by Ravan? He's actually being forced to do this. Yes. In his death, is he thinking of his selfish motive that at least I'll be killed by Lord? Yes. Okay. What is his intention? To hurt Ram or to help him? Hurt. To hurt. But did he succeed? Yes, he was able to lure. Now take these two parallel. Okay. Both of them died. One died at the hands of Ravan. Jatayu died at the hands of Ravan. Marich died at the hands of Lord Ram. Who pleased Lord Ram? One succeeded, one failed. One was, Jatayu pleased Lord Ram. And how did Lord Ram reciprocate with him? When he died, Lord Ram, he did his last rites. You want to see some beautiful pictures of them embracing? Lord Ram took his head on his lap and they were both crying. I'm going to show you. And he's looking at Lord Ram and just saying, Ram, Ram, Ram. Is this a glorious death or what? It's a glorious death, right? Even if you fail, so what? You served Lord Ram and you died looking, beholding Lord Ram and saying, Ram, Ram, Ram. So see, and Lord Ram invoked all the rivers, divine rivers, to do the last rites for Jatayu. What a beautiful death. What a beautiful death. So what if you failed, right? As a son, he could not, Lord Ram was not able to do his father's last rites, but he did Jatayu's last rites. Imagine. And so his intention was pure. So Lord always looks at the intention of service, not the outcome. Not the outcome. He was not even related to Jatayu, yet he did his last rites. On the other hand, Marich was successful. He died upon the instruction of Ravan. Did Ravan even forget? Kya hua kuch? Okay, this is the demonic tendency to exploit people at your expense, and as long as our purpose is served, we don't even care, right? So Marich's intention was wrong, even though he succeeded. We don't want to do such a service in which we are, or such a action in life in which we are harming the Lord's plans. Even though we succeed, it doesn't matter. It's lost. Even though he died at the hands of Lord Ram, but still it doesn't matter because you displeased the Lord in the end. So, so this was the lessons that I wanted to take from this particular pastime. This is Marich when came as a golden deer. And look at the external appearance. Vulture is supposed to be a low consciousness bird. Golden deer, so beautiful, right? Came as a golden deer. So we should not go by externals so much. Anybody can have very pure, very divine, very sacrificing internals, attached to the Lord, but externals may be very not, so they're not important. So right intentions are rewarded by the Lord. Don't surrender to Ravan like people of this world, hard-hearted masters, but serve the Lord, who is a kind-hearted father, who does not care even if you fail. He'll do your last rites, he'll embrace you and cry for you. So, and give up this cheating tendency by showing external glories. What was Marich trying to do? Showing his external glories and posing as something that he's not. So we should not just pose as a devotee, just not wear kantimala and tilak, but actually be a devotee from, internals should be pure. We should purify our internals. Just like by wearing a white coat, do you become a doctor? No. So just by wearing tilak and kantimala does not make one a devotee. We have to really feel it inside. Andar ka mamla hai. It's internals that matter. So this is about, anyone wants to share anything? I have two more, they're short. but I think you will like them because they're key to Lord Ram's pastime. We cannot go away without talking about Shabri. So Shabri, old lady, was she very beautiful? Was she very wealthy? Very famous? Very educated? High class Brahman? Very learned? Give me some credit. Come on, what is there to her credit? Lord Ram visited her. She's a devotee. She's a devotee. This is her credit. This is our only credit. Yes, yes. And the other thing is, she surrendered to her guru. Her guru gave her guru. Anybody knows the name? Matang Rishi. He had given her the instruction that wait in this cottage every day. Wait, keep it ready. And Ram aayenge. Lord Ram will come. He had told him, one day Lord Ram will come. She did not waver in this faith. Every day she will do her practices. Just like we are told. We are told to do a certain practices every day. Chant this many number of rounds. Follow 4 regulative principles. Read Bhagavatam every day. Chant these verses. Things that we are told to do. We are given a practice. We are given a sadhana, bhakti practice, right? She was also given a set of practices. Every day do this and you will meet Lord Ram. You will come face to face. Bhagwan ka sakshatkar hoga. And she knew she had Guru Nishtha. She had firm faith in her spiritual master. My teacher has told me that Lord will come. And not a day failed when she did not do those practices. So think about it. Imagine one day if she did not keep the cottage ready. Imagine that day Lord came. What will happen? So imagine today you decide, I don't want to chant my rounds today. And today was the day you were going to meet a Lord. So Bhagwan will be, what? You did not do your practices today. So she had such firm faith and with patience and determination every day. You have to have patience. We practice this path for like a week, a year, 2 years, and people start becoming restless. I'm not seeing any change. My heart is not getting purified. I still have anger. I still have these anarthas. I still not getting taste for the holy names. It will come. Have patience with determination, with the enthusiasm. Just keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. It will come. So daily endeavor matters. This is what she showed us. Okay. This is the first thing I wanted to. This is the first lesson. And while she's waiting for the Lord, what is she doing? She's completely absorbed in his names, in his services, in activities. Stay absorbed. Keep doing something or the other. Stay absorbed one way or the other. Yen ken prakarin mana Krishna niveshe. One way or the other, somehow or the other, pick up services, do things, keep yourself absorbed in Krishna consciousness, keep yourself in this high level spiritual consciousness. Okay. So that mantra cannot affect you, right? So that you can always be in this sacrificing spirit to save Mother Sita when you see Ravan flying away with her. So in this way, she was every day absorbed in his names, in his services, huh? And then what did she do when she saw him? She gave him, this pastime of giving him bear, offering him bear. Very important, very wonderful for us to learn. What did she do? She tasted them. If it is, was she offering very opulent food? Like Bada Chappan Bhog? No, right? It was just berries, wild berries that she was offering. And she was tasting it. Is that how we offer a boga? We pehle kha ke, then you offer? Is that how we offer now? So why was she doing that? Does she not know the conduct or what? Why was she tasting and giving to Lord? Prabhuji, right? Prabhuji, yes, Prabhuji.
She was the body of Lord Rama, and she doesn't want to treat him as sour. She's putting herself as a mother, Lord Rama mother.
Yeah.
She's taking the bed. She don't want to treat the Lord Rama to sour bed.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Her devotional health, we cannot understand.
Yeah, this is a different level altogether. We are on a very sadhana bhakti platform. We are just disciplinary practice is what we are doing as a discipline. She is a pure devotee of the Lord on the level of prema bhakti. She's a premi bhakt. She's considering herself to be the mother of the Lord. She cannot give him anything less than perfect. So she has to taste, make sure she doesn't give any sour or bitter bear. She has to give him the perfect. So what is that? Like you said, intention also. What is her intention? To give her best to the Lord. So are we giving our best to the Lord when we do our services, when we chant the names? We are just distracted here and there, right? Are we giving our best to the Lord in our services? Give our best. So this is, it doesn't mean that you start tasting your bhoga and offering. This is not the lesson here. The lesson is that you give your best to the Lord, right? With the intention of pleasing Him. Hari bol. Yes, Prabhuji, Hari bol. Thank you so much. Wonderful. You stole the words right out. So, and then other point to be noted here, you know, a Lord does not care about your color, caste, creed, gender, name, fame, wealth, intelligence, learning, how many verses you know. None of this. All those things are supposed to generate one thing: love for the Lord. She has love for the Lord. Other things are all material, do not matter. Actually, in Lord Ram's pastimes, this is the key. You will see that people that are not humans, people that are animals, they are his greatest devotees. Huh? Any names come to mind? Squirrel, Hanumanji, Garud, yeah, or Jatayu, right? Or what else? Okay, people. So even demons are his devotees. Vibhishan. Okay. Ladies. Huh? Tadka was the demon he killed. Ahilya.
No, the lady that was in with Mother Sita and Lanka.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, that demoness. Trijata, yes, Trijata, yes, Prabhuji, yes. So yeah, so a boatman, a Shudra Jati person, right? And then Nishad Raj, Bhuaha, was his devotee. Kevat, boatman Kevat. So no matter the caste, color, this is those things are not important to him. He does not look at those things. And I think we have covered all these points already. Okay, this is the last point. Be careful in dealing with akinchan people of this world. What was Shabri? Shabri was akinchan. Akinchan is a very nice word that comes many times in our scriptures. Somebody who has nothing but love for Lord. And you know, I see this sometimes, especially like when you go to India, people that are homeless or anything, you know, we treat them badly. We think, oh, we are somehow superior to them. Akinchan people, you never know. They are very solidly situated in their devotion. They have nothing else but Lord. So, so you cannot think that, oh, I'm somehow better situated. So be very careful कि ना जाने किस रूप में नारायण मिल जाए. Okay, be very careful. It could be a very great devotee of the Lord. Okay, this is and of course, what did Shabri ask in the end when Lord said that I want to, you know, give you something? She said, I just want to go back to my Guru Maharaj and serve him eternally. So this is what she, and then Lord Ram revealed the Navda Bhakti, 9 limbs of devotional service to Shabri. Of course, that's a lesson for us, not for her. Okay, last. I think this is my last, if that's okay. Only take 5 minutes. Prabhuji, is that okay? Okay, should we start? Okay, we'll just do this. Yeah, this is quick. So Vibhishan, I think so. Since we are coming to the end of the Leela, Lord Ram's Leela, so in the end, let's talk about Vibhishan. Vibhishan is Ravan's brother. You know, he's a devotee, and it is described by our teachers that there are three key places in Ram Leela: Ayodhya, Kishkinda, and Lanka. Okay. They can be divided into 3 different types of consciousness. Ayodhya is a place of top consciousness where there is a yudh. There is no yudh. There is no yudh between people and there is no yudh inside of a person either. No conflict. Okay. Very nicely situated. People are very, you know, Vaishnavas. People are forgiving, tolerant, patient, friendly, loving, sacrificing, like that. Maybe there is one mantra, but yes. Yudh is battle, fight. So no yudh, no fight. Ayodhya or war. Ayodhya means where there is no war, no fight. So there is no fight between people and there is no fight inside of a person with his own anarthas either. Then is the second level, which, or let's take the last, Lanka. Okay. Lanka, the lowest consciousness. people are exploitative, they just want to enjoy, they treat others badly, they'll steal from each other, they do not care if somebody else gets harmed or hurt as long as I am enjoying and I'm good. Demonic personalities. So that's Lanka. Okay, there may be one Vibhishan there, but most people are demoniac like that. In between is Kishkindha. Kishkindha, I did not cover Kishkindha today, but that's a very beautiful Bali and Sugriv's relationship, very beautiful to explore. Kishkindha is a place which is mixed of two. You can compare those to us, okay? People that are sometimes good, sometimes bad. Sometimes good people behave badly. Sometimes bad people also do good things. Sometimes people have to be nudged a little to have faith in the Lord. Like Sugriv had to test the Lord, and then his faith came in the Lord. Sometimes people have to be reminded of their duties. They forget, so monkey-like nature, monkey-like tendencies, chanchal, naughty. So they forget, they lose faith, they get deviated, they have to be brought back. They're not all bad, they're not all good, they're mixed, like us, you can say. So that's Kishkinda. And someday maybe we'll cover the relationship of different brothers in these three different places, okay? But coming back to Vibhishan, Vibhishan is living amongst all these demons, and he's a devotee of the Lord. He's in the top class consciousness. He was first noticed by Hanuman when Hanuman had come to find Mother Sita. So Hanumanji was being tortured by Ravan. Ravan said, "Kill this messenger. Kill this," because Hanumanji said, "If me, one little vanar, one little monkey of Lord Ram's army can cause this much harm in your Lanka, imagine when the whole monkey army comes, what will happen to you?" So Ravan was getting very agitated at this. And so he said, "Kill this messenger." That time Vibhishan stood up, and Vibhishan said, "No, Ravan, you cannot kill a messenger. You cannot kill the messenger." I'll just finish in a few minutes. So Vibhishan protected Ravan, or Hanumanji at that time. He said, "Just set fire to his tails." Okay. Jai Shri Shri Radha Madhav ki jai. Jagannath Baldev Subhadra ki jai. Okay, so I just want to finish this point about Vibhishan. So what happened is, so Vibhishan finally made Ravan so upset that Ravan turned him out of Lanka. Okay, at the end he turned Vibhishan out of Lanka. He said, "Leave my kingdom." And Vibhishan immediately came to Lord Ram. Okay, when Vibhishan was coming to Lord Ram, all the monkeys were watching him come, and they thought this is a demon coming. So maybe he will try to harm us. So Lord Ram asked every monkey, "What do you think? What should we do with this demon that's coming?" Sugriv said, "Capture him and kill him." Hanumanji said, "No, I think this is a devotee. This is your devotee. He wants to serve you. Don't kill him." So Lord Ram took his guidance and he said, "Okay, let's see what he has to say." And Vibhishan surrendered to Lord Ram. Okay. So monkeys asked him, "Now that he has surrendered, what are you going to do with him?" So Lord Ram said, "If Vibhishan has really surrendered to me, I'm going to give him Lanka." So monkey said, "But Ravan is ruling Lanka. In this mood, if Ravan comes and surrenders to you, what will you give him? Because you've already given Lanka to Vibhishan." So Lord Ram says, "I will give Ravan Ayodhya. I'll give Ravan Ayodhya." So then monkey said, "But Bharat is ruling Ayodhya. How can you give Ayodhya to Ravan?" He said, "Bharat, I will give Vaikunthas." So they said, "But you rule Vaikunthas. How can you give Bharat Vaikunthas? Where would you live?" He said, Lord Ram said, "I will live in the heart of my devotees." So, Shri Ram. So in this way, he gave Abhedan to Vibhishan that don't worry. I take your surrender. So basically the point here, the lesson here is that we should have devotion in all circumstances. No matter if we live amongst demons, still try to Still try to maintain your superior consciousness and always chant Lord's names just like Vibhishan. I'll stop here. I had some prayers. Maybe Prabhuji, I had some Ram Raksha Stotra prayers that we can recite later. After this. Okay, thank you everyone for joining. Hare Krishna.